All right, we got Red Nova, a wonder, 2875 against Guida Fish out of Wada, 1966. I should probably like adjust the scoreboard, huh? And change the title. All right, so we got UChicago versus Georgia Tech here in Division 1. Both these teams are making the wild card weekend next week, but they're fighting for seeding at the moment. So the better you do in the regular season, the higher seeded you are, and the worse strength your opponent will be. I think Georgia Tech might be in last place as far as the playoff bracket goes. I think they're only ahead of Rutgers, if I'm not mistaken. Chicago beat Mizzou, which is good enough for second place, I believe. So a win here, I think, clinches second place for them. Berkeley has first place clinched. They had an undefeated season, just like Warsaw. So Berkeley is off to the quarterfinals, guaranteed. So Chicago looking to clinch the number 2 spot, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mizzou could potentially catch Chicago, and Mizzou is playing Rutgers, so that should be a fairly simple win for them there. So Chicago does have to take this match somewhat seriously. So we have a trade on F5. White can take on E5 maybe. F takes E, looks pretty solid. Rook to the E file. E4 now, defended by the knight on C5. Yeah, I guess knight E3 might have been a thing. But not after you take on E5. If white had taken on E5 and black tried for knight E3, there would have been rook takes F8, I believe. So the pawn is pushed and advanced and passed. His bishop is opened up on the long diagonal, which is nice for white. Queen steps back. Interesting. This defends the h6 pawn. I guess h6 was hanging by the knight. Okay, so how does black make progress? Is rook a3 a thing? Pinning the bishop? I'm not sure. There it is. All right, now I'm a GM. I guess the GM move now. Yeah, you guys, I think like chess.com has given out prizes before for the people that have guessed the best moves in like the chat. Like on chess.com, if you're spectating, you can guess moves. So that could be a cool feature at some point we might consider. Oh man, a wonder. 407 to 15 seconds. Not even saving the rook. Just e2 attacking the rook. Takes, now you take, they take. Take there, you're winning. Material. Queen steps up, looking at a lot of different checks. Like queen takes c4, rook f4, queen b1. Now there's knight e3. Probably not knight e3 now, but yeah, how does a wonder finish this off? So it's the queen and rook together, trade of rooks. Wait. Why is this not pre-moved? what was it? Oh, because rook takes, there's knight here. Wow. Yeah, that's a big blunder. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to watch this one. I'm still following the other players. So nice game from a wonder. Penguin packs down to 7 seconds versus Praveen. Penguin packs. Love the picture. Okay. Looks like Praveen's crushing here as well. Up 3 minor pieces against a rook and now winning the queen. So Praveen wins that one fairly easily. Now we got Song Song versus Saisri. Let's get the points to the players. Am I following firing bishops? I am following them now. I don't know if they played their game already. So I might have missed it. Is Titus here? Yeah, I don't know if they played. Did they bong claw? Let's see. Yes, they did. So we got a bong cloud from white. But, I mean, looks like their position is actually just fairly normal. Okay, they did lose this pawn. What? So, it's a rook versus 2 pieces. Huh. Yeah, C3 is doing better for sure. Also, I don't know if Titus played firing bishops. Only 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh. 3, 2, 1. Flag. C3 wins the one game here for Georgia Tech. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be bomb clouding if I was UChicago. I think Mizzou could pass them. So, but UChicago's pretty confident regardless. They have Praveen and a Wonder on boards 1 and 2. It's gonna be hard for Georgia Tech to get some points there. So all right, we got a game with firing, but did Titus play? I guess I'll ask him. I saw Titus in the what? Man. Titus being a little toxic to his own teammates. Where was the Penguin Pax game? I guess I missed it. He said Vidic was bad. It's not very nice. Okay, Titus won his first game. I must have missed it. So the first round tied 2-2. Top 2 boards getting in work for both teams. So we're off to round 2. Looks like firing bishops also going for the bomb cloud here. I would play bishop takes. So bishop takes on the board. You are blocking the D pawn though, so this light square bishop's gonna have a harder time getting out unless you fianchetto. So there's a bishop check, king back, queen D5. There's queen E7. White can also just castle. So yeah, Saisri perhaps studied up on their bomb cloud theory. I know Yoon Ludwig Hammer actually recently just released a lesson on the bomb cloud. So perhaps UChicago is just taking a page out of Hammer's book. I don't know. It looks like Titus had a checkmate very early. I think firing bishops also bomb clouded, so we're getting some bomb cloud games here. Let's see, Titus versus Song Song. Yeah, Song Song with another bomb cloud as well. Right? No? It's just a French defense. Oh, wait. That's why I thought, okay, never mind. Well, there goes the rook, though. Wait, what is this position? What just happened? Okay, hold on. I need the slow-mo replay. French advance. Check here, fork. Yeah. Okay. It's all coming together now. It's clearing up my mind. Okay. All right. Uh-huh. So we got some high-level Grandmaster gameplay here. the usual. E takes, bishop takes, maybe some knight check. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know. Red Nova, they didn't bomb cloud the first game. Now they're bomb clouding the second one. All right, so what do you guys think? Can Red Nova win the? So we've seen a Red Nova bomb cloud before, but they waited till the last game, the last time they did it. So perhaps the unfortunate thing about playing on top board is that your final round opponent is your toughest opponent. So in this match, Georgia Tech's best player is Titus. A Wonder will play Titus in round 4. So last time a Wonder bomb clouded in the Collegiate Chess League, from what I've seen, he played his first 3 games, won all 3, saved the bomb cloud for last, and actually lost. So maybe he's learned from his ways, and he's trying to get the bomb cloud out of his system early in the match while he's still playing a lower rated opponent. Now, Penguin Pax is a national master, a board 3. I forgot who Red Nova lost to, or who he even bomb clouded against. I'm not sure. But maybe he's studied up on his bomb cloud theory. Black is castled queenside. Pretty safe king. I mean, at least material is even still. White still has some development to do. Yeah, this is Titus's game that we were looking at earlier. So yeah, kind of awkward king. Not the best pawn structure. But up in exchange for a pawn for white. Let's check out this game. Praveen. Yeah, Praveen going for the bomb cloud theory. Yeah, what happened here? Oh, this is a beautiful tactic. Yeah, you gotta watch out for 97 check. Yeah, queen takes. Very nice. Nicely done from Praveen. So, despite bomb clouding, they're up a piece. They're doing well. We got side street and firing bishops. So we got another bomb cloud here. Check, check. And what's wrong with king d8? King d8. Maybe it's taking on d6. Although bishop g5 is annoying at some point. So like if white makes a move that defends the g5 square, bishop g5 would win material. Let's go back to the Penguin packs. We watched 2 Penguin players today. We watched a game from Penguin GM. Now we're watching Penguin packs. If only we could see Penguin versus Penguin. Is that how did Princeton play Georgia Tech? Probably they forfeited that. I don't know. Praveen won their game. So they're 2 for 2. Trade of rooks. So yeah, looks like the GM's gonna win this one. 3 minutes to 45 seconds in an even position. So the Bond Cloud was not enough odds for the National Master, I would speculate. I had a Bond Cloud match against a Grandmaster myself. Not to brag, but I lost 10 games in a row to Ray Robson. It was brutal. Okay. I think you play knight takes d4 here. Knight g6 is a really nice move. Attacking the rook, opening up the queen to attack on f5. You can't remedy this situation. Yeah, rook moves. Bishop wins a piece. Queen takes a pawn with check. Rook block with tempo on the queen. Knight's coming in. Rook block, knight here. Rook here, queen takes, hits this. Rook lift, queen check. Here and mates. Nicely done from a wonder. Getting the Bond Cloud win. Yeah, UChicago flexing a little bit. So yeah, after, like, assuming Chicago wins, the top 4 teams from Division 1 from each group, I mean, it would be top 2 from each group would be Berkeley and Chicago, and Warsaw and Yale. So that would be your top 4. So they, I guess, yeah, the surprising thing is that Mizzou's not in there. Okay. So white is up a pawn. They're going to have to activate the rook. Going rook e5, trade, king here, and yeah, this should just completely win. So Titus, take it down Song Song. Oh, we had Seisri beat Fire Bishop. So yeah, both top 2 boards from both teams are flawless. 2 out of 2. I mean, assuming this game doesn't end in like a stalemate, I have full confidence in Titus. Yeah, we got resignation. So it's still tied 4-4. We got 2 rounds left. So we're waiting for round 3 to start. The Chicago team thinking about another bomb cloud. Okay, so we got a wonder. Let's see. Ah, F6. The Barnes defense. Oh. Okay, chess.com says this is called Barnes Fried Fox defense. Never heard of that, but okay. Ah, yes, the threat of D takes E6, taking advantage of the pawn on D7 that's pinned to the queen, that is not defended by any of black's pieces. More bomb clouds. Let's see. Gonna see a bomb cloud here? No? Yeah, bomb cloud from a wonder. Bomb cloud from Praveen. So let's see if Titus can take down Praveen. This is the best Georgia Tech has to offer. Their captain, their leader, Andrew Titus, board 1. Praveen, board 2 from UChicago. 2800 international master. I believe they played in the Blitzcoin Cup thing. Hi, Arthur Braden. How are you? Good to see you. Good to have you here. Yeah, the collegiate matches have been really fun today. We started at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 8 a.m. my time, with a match between Princeton and Warsaw. And Warsaw ended up winning that one. We had a couple players missing on both sides. Little confusion, since Warsaw's in Europe and their time zone changed. Bucharest had a similar problem, although they were able to get their players faster. They're a little bit more organized. Bucharest beats Michigan, and I assume they beat Harvard as well. We didn't finish the end of that because we tuned into this one. Maybe I should have stuck around with the Harvard match. I'm not sure. But yeah, now we got UChicago. They're playing Bomb Cloud against Georgia Tech. E takes F6. Okay. Castles. Yeah, we're missing out on the Bomb Cloud. Chess Jawa, how was your did you play in the corporate versus collegiate match? I believe your opponent might have been in the chat. No, you didn't. Wait, you skipped out on. Oh, but you got paired. They repaired it. Okay. Then I should have been asking John. Tolmac with the follow from 4 minutes ago. Appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. You definitely don't want to miss out on this kind of action. I assume Chicago will continue to play like this. They're getting ready for their playoff form. Yeah, you've played John. All right, so white is up a pawn now, offering queen trade as well. So yeah, a wonder trades queens, develops his bishop. He's looking at that knight on f3. Bishop e2, maybe. So yeah, queen's off the board. Rook g8 is a nice move as well from a wonder. Let's see. Song Song versus Guida. Krish. Let's see. So Song's the favorite here. 2 people missing. Washington's been struggling. They have 4 teams, A through D, and they only submitted lineups for one of them. So don't know what's going on there. I want to play Night Takes, but you gotta watch out for Night Takes, discoveries, and stuff like that. Their A team. I mean, they submitted a lineup for their A team, but I don't know if they had anyone else. Okay, probably Bishop takes C3 now before White closes this down. Got another game here. Looks like we got another Bong Cloud from firing bishops. Black trying to attack on the light squares. Maybe H3 was a move. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, hopefully the Georgia Tech team, like maybe this is all just a marketing scheme for Hammer's Bong Cloud theory course. That might be a good tweet right there. Have to tweet that one out. Okay, Bishop D3. Is Bishop D3 a move? Bishop C2, Bishop. Same Bishop E4. What is Bishop E4? I don't know what Bishop E4 is. It's maybe because G4 was hanging. So White trades first. And now they play D5. Trying to break down Black's pawn structure. Oh, I guess. Okay, yeah, we have one more match after this. And then I have a bit of a break. A 1-hour break. Although some teams reschedule without telling me when they were playing, so I don't know. Okay, Rook C1. There is Rook takes E1. So the Rook would have to move twice, but then White gets the open E file. Black could contest it, of course. Yeah, Titus up a little bit of time. He's down material though against Praveen's Bong Cloud. He does have a passed pawn though on D5. Let's check back with a wonder. A wonder down on time actually. Maybe knight takes E6 is a threat. No, the bishop defends this. I forgot about that. Oh man. Okay, Rook G8, but the different Rook that I was thinking. So maybe a wonder wants to leave the H Rook to push like H5, H4. Does he go H5, H4? The world wants to know. Why did all of them Bong Cloud? These are some really hard-hitting questions. I was not expecting to answer this kind of press. Like I speculated earlier, perhaps they saw Yoon Ludwig Hammer's Bong Cloud course. Hello, headbands. Hello. Papa Pizza Chess. You guys should have a wild card spot clenched. Are you looking forward to that? You have any guesses who you're gonna play? Maybe Michigan's gonna play. No, UChicago has top 2 spot, I'm pretty sure. Like unless Chicago loses this match, which like right now it's tied 4-4, so like anything could happen. And a wonder's down a lot of time. You guys, who's Michigan gonna play? Michigan, you guys might play Georgia Tech. That'd be fun. Yeah, maybe Georgia Tech. We'll see though. Georgia might win this one. I don't know. Okay, but I like a wonder's position now. I like h5, h4. Let's check in with Praveen versus Titus. Okay, Praveen's looking good. I mean, up a pawn. Hard to... Can we go queen check? That's probably losing, right? Maybe. I mean, queen check, queen takes, rook takes, check. Looking for rook to c6. I don't know what the rook's doing here on h8. I guess Praveen doesn't want to trade queens. Or wait. No, Titus doesn't want to trade queens. Okay, pawn here. Interesting. Queen back. Attacking g4. White should go f5, I think. Like f5. So now pawn takes. And now queen e6 is a strong threat. Very strong threat. You're forcing the queen and king to be in check. So, I mean, you could trade queens if you... Basically, you force black to take on e6. And then my guess is f takes e6. And then... Whoa, queen check anyways. Yeah, if rook takes, pawn takes with the fork on king and queen. And then you'd be up a rook. So I love this queen e6 check. 1 second. Titus. Oh my god. 2.8 seconds. Titus. Can't do me like that, man. 4 seconds left. Gotta pick up the pace. So many games are so low time. You can't... If you take this, like, you could take here, no? Maybe not. Okay, rook takes. You got 2 passed pawns. Separated. King cuts the king off, or rook cuts the king off. Oh, Red Nova just won their game. Aguida only has 2 seconds. Is that at least a perpetual? No, I mean, you got to play for more. Yeah, trade rooks. Oh, you're hanging the knight? No. Yeah, this should be a simple one for Song Song. Let's tune back into Praveen and Titus. So Red Nova taking the lead for Chicago. We have a draw offer from Andrew. Top board from Georgia. Looks like we're playing on here. Praveen is up a pawn. It's looking to be dead even though. Song Song beat Guida. Yeah, not much progress to be made here. All right. They drew. So Song Song with the point. First player on the bottom half of the team to get a point. Titus and Praveen with the draw. So Titus is as strong as Praveen is with the Bomb Cloud. They're evenly matched. So now we got Penguin Packs and Firing Bishops. So what's happening here? Penguin Packs looking for their first win. Maybe the board 3s will beat the board 4s. Let's see, what's the threat? The threat is to take on d3. Ooh, black could win material here by taking on b4 twice. Both not. Well, also, yeah, like, okay. Knight 6, yeah, takes. Knight takes now rook. Knight takes rook. No, not even taking yet. Don't even need to. Castle first. Get the rook involved. Maybe e2 was also a good move. Okay, now taking the rook on a1. Yeah, this is just crushing. Only 6 seconds, though, for Penguin Packs. So maybe if firing bishops gives penguin packs such a good position, you can confuse penguin packs on the what move to play, because they're all so good. There goes the knight. Bishop here. Rook here, attacking the knight. Where does the knight go? Can't really go to d1. Okay, here, bishop here, attacking the knight. A minute for firing bishops. King attacks the rook. Taking here, trading. Rook takes, bishop takes, king takes. What's happening? Is this just a draw now? What did I miss? Is penguin packs gonna win this? Gobbling up the pawns. Yeah, king here, that's a draw. Alright. They drew. Board 3 and board 4. I don't know why in the chat every game they keep saying easy against Vedic. Titus just repeating Vedic's name multiple times. Did Vedic have a win or something? I guess at this point it's really good for black, right? Yeah, he just kind of gave up the material. Bishop c2 here. Huh. Yeah, black was better. Yeah, so king here. Probably you play f5. You play f5. You're up a whole rook, right? So then when you win bishop c2, I believe it was bishop c2, that knight move is a discovery attack on the knight in the corner as well as the bishop. So you lose a piece. So then you're only up in exchange, right? Or maybe not even. I missed it, Gus. Yeah, that's a big upset for Cole Moses there. The bottom board from Chicago. Taken down. I mean, not even taking them down. It was just like you're just completely losing. But then to bring it back to a draw. Maybe that's why they're saying easy in chat. But yeah, Chicago is at 7 points now. They need 1.5 to clinch a win, which clinches them second place, which puts them directly through to quarterfinals. And I think the main storyline there is that Mizzou's going to have to play in the wild card. Which forces them to play twice in one weekend. If they win the first one, of course. I should probably message the next team to let them know. Should have done that earlier, probably. All right. I'm back. So this is the fourth and final round. Let's see. Did we see a bomb cloud here? No. We got some serious gameplay here for the board ones. So yeah, maybe I predicted it. A wonder learned his lesson from last time, getting the bomb cloud out of the system early and only, playing seriously later. So these are the top boards from both teams. A wonder is flawless so far, 3 out of 3. Titus has a draw against Praveen. Praveen did bomb cloud, but now a wonder's gonna try to get the job done here. Praveen in this game, let's see. Praveen another bomb cloud against the National Master. So after this match, I believe Georgia Tech is going to be well versed in the defense against. It's funny to call it a defense. Having to defend against that. It's somewhat funny. But yeah, Praveen's position is totally fine. I mean, these pawns are doubled and isolated. King's a little awkwardly placed, but that's normal. Knight's gonna be very happy here. Looking to win this guy. So yeah, probably G4 for black. Just makes the most sense. Let's check out Guida. Firing bishops. Another bomb cloud. Trade of queens. So yeah, getting the queens off is very helpful. Although, I guess, yeah, bishop here was kind of a mistake. Rook takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. Here. Yeah, so Guida's up a piece for 2 pawns, I believe. This is looking pretty good. That's another piece here. You can also give check. I mean, this is hanging, but maybe you just take this. Okay, take e7. You're hitting this, hitting that, hitting this. Play this, but you take this regardless. And you're going to take this one next. So lots of pawns for Guida, who doesn't have any points. So this will be hopefully their first today. Let's see how Praveen's doing again. So, okay, trade of queens. Then there's rook check. That's pretty annoying. Although there's rook block. Taking here first. There's this. Couple good checks for black, but maybe short-lived in the long run. Perhaps. Let's check on Wonder versus Titus. Yeah, this should be a good game. No bomb cloud. Trade, pushing the center, f4. E takes f4, so what's happening here? Position's looking fairly even. Queen's hit. Pawn on d4 is hit. Thank you, Danny, for the follow. Welcome. So we have a trade here. Rook d5 next is going to hit, and then white should win that pawn. Probably. And try to move on to win the game. Let's see, we haven't checked Panda yet. Is Vidic's last name really Panda? That's kind of cool. Oh, this isn't looking good for Song. What is happening here? Look at this bishop on f8. So yeah, going for a fianchetto trade here. There's no... Why not just castle at this point? Why not just castle and then king takes g7? I don't know. Now you can't castle. So that's kind of awkward. Okay, so rook hits the queen. Yeah, this is looking good for white. I mean, like queen g7. Queen g7. Wait, queen g7. Where does this queen go? b2. Okay, queen g7 though. Queen g7, like, I guess you go rook f8. There's queen takes h7. Knight g5. Queen f6. This is looking really bad for Song. Yeah, Queen G7's played, so now you have to play here. Have to do it. Check out a Wonders game. He's up a lot of time, as is usual. 2.5 minutes. Position's fine. He's attacking B7. Let's see Praveen's game. Attacking the bishop. Bishop's defended. Wait, what about H3? I guess there's F3. Okay. Don't go to F1, because bishop takes E4, defends the rook behind. So yeah, E1's a better square. Also, G1 could have been good as well. So let's see here. Bishop takes, probably rook takes. My guess is rook takes is best. You leave your pawns intact that way. You activate your rook. Yep. Okay, so probably like rook c4 is really good. Yeah, probably rook c4 right now. Because now if the rook leaves and doesn't trade, then you win all their pawns. That raisin though, thanks for the follow. Yeah, rook c4 is played. So yeah, I think Praveen should win this one pretty easily. Let's check out the bottom boards. Yeah, Guida is doing really well. I like and if this rook wasn't here, bishop here would be really strong. Hits the rook and threatens check. Okay, h4 from white. Check on a wonder. I like white's position. But looks like black kind of has everything locked down, like on control. Like not locked down, but like this rook on d7 is defending everything. This queen's kind of misplaced, so is the bishop. But I'm not sure what black should do. How does white break through? I think should be the question. Two minutes though for a wonder, only 38 seconds for Titus. Alright, rook f5, attacking f7 twice. Rook left, defending another time. I guess not twice, I guess 3 times. But now it's defended 3 times. So now what? Now what's the plan? Maybe push a pawn. Maybe offer a queen trade. Maybe put the queen somewhere else. Okay, rook here, I like. Just trying to get off a pair of rooks. So if rook takes, probably queen takes. Probably, I'm not sure. Okay, queen here. The other rook lifts. So that if black takes on d5, white has the option to take back with the rook. Oh, they take with the queen. So now if queen trade, probably rook takes. You're attacking d4 too many times. So rook c2 is played. So now the bishop's hit. So where does the bishop go? If you go to a3, maybe there's rook c3. Okay, instead trading queens and now rook to b5. So now the rook attacks the d3 pawn. Would you go rook to b3? Probably not. I feel like rook b3 is pretty passive, but maybe it's a thing. Yeah, taking on b7 seems much better, I feel. But who knows? Once black gets the d3 pawn, then this d4 pawn can push with check and potentially promote. So maybe rook b3 is best for white, just defending that base point pawn. Oh, Song down to 4 seconds. 3, 2. So they made a move with 2 seconds left. There's a check. Yeah, black is just crushed. Black is crushed. White's threatening mate. Queen a2. Okay, queen here. Rook back over. Was there not rook a1? I guess not anymore. Hold on. Is rook a1 a thing? No, not yet. So here, yeah, going for mate. So queen here, and then was hoping for this at that point to try to go here. I guess they did that. So then they traded rooks. Now the queen's. Oh, wait. Queen. Take. Here. Yeah, this doesn't make much sense, but yeah, Penguin Pax wins that one. So they're up to 1.5. Bringing Georgia Tech back within 1, right? Or no. So wait, Guida Fish won, but so did Praveen. So Chicago's up to 8. Georgia Tech's up to 7. A Wonder has to get a draw in order to win. 27 seconds to 8 seconds. So Titus is looking good. Oh, UChicago has a penalty point. Oh, that's right. So it's 7-7. You guys might not clinch wildcard. Oh, so a Wonder needs to win this. Well, it looks like a Wonder's doing well, though. I think a Wonder should win this. Yeah, he's going to sacrifice on e5. Oh, of course you guys get wildcard. I meant quarterfinals. It should be mate soon. He's got mate in 1, no? Didn't he have rook h8? Wasn't rook h8 mate? Yeah, a draw is a tie, so you can't stalemate. But he's winning now. He's up a rook. Yeah, he's not losing this. Yeah, resigns. Oh, this is so close. The penalty point could have made a difference there, but a Wonder goes 4 for 4. Making sure not to bomb cloud on that last game. But yeah, congrats to Chicago. They clinched 2nd place in their group, which puts them directly through to quarterfinals. So they just have to win 1 game and they're guaranteed top 4 in semis. So yeah, close match. Georgia Tech played well. I think Georgia Tech also has a spot clenched. I'm assuming Mizzou will beat Rutgers. You blame Sri? Yeah, 2 out of 4. I don't know. If you guys got, apparently with UChicago had like a penalty point. So if you guys had like 1 more win, you would have won the game. If you had 1 more draw, it would have been a tie.